It was -2 when I got up, or we got up should I say, but I've just managed to get the fire on, and that's inside, so you can imagine what it's like outside. Had a good night. Stella's looking a bit more alert. Good. He recovered after a crazy summit job. Had a great night's sleep. Got my muesli, nice and ice cold. That's what you need on a freezing morning. And trying to get a brew on. Heard lots of birds last night. Loads of little critters running, chirping away. Just checking. Sorry, while I'm chatting to you, see if I got any new holes. Now I've got quite a bit of condensation that'll dry off in a minute, thankfully, with it fire. Yeah, owls and other birds. Something flew really low. Oh, about 2 in the morning, a helicopter come really low over here, and it had a beam out. Because every now and then, I wasn't dreaming on it. Trust me, even the dogs woke up with it all. Hey, lie down, you. Lie down. Lie down. Trying to get it to rest in the warmth. Lie down. That's oh, see, I just checked them. They're under the jackets. They're lovely and warm. Yeah, this helicopter flew really low and had a search beam or something, and it weren't looking for us. It kind of seemed with the noise, it went that way. Maybe towards Loch Dochard, I don't know. Hopefully no one's lost again. I think terrible. After Christmas, everyone goes out and everyone gets lost. Unbelievable. But it was so low. So it weren't like a everyday helicopter. And I don't know what was going off. And he was slow as well. He wasn't moving that fast. So he was obviously searching for something. Kept putting the beam on, then took it off, and then put the beam on, took it off. And that's the stalking by helicopter now. Rebel, leave her alone. Thank you. Don't need that in the morning. So, yeah, but I had a great night's sleep. Knee was much better last night. Obviously, we've done it last few days, so just eased off yesterday, and that paid off, that rest. Got plated wet wood over the back there. But I'm hoping it's drying off a little bit so that I can mingle it with the good wood and get it dry. Right, not too much chatting. I've got to do my chores. I mean, it's 20 past 9 now, and it only gets light at 5 to 9. It should just lie right against. Don't know. You stupid girl, moving about. And see what I mean? They push their blanket right about where it's condensation. Unbelievable. Right, I'll sort them out and have my brekkie. Progress is slow. Day 5. Is it day 5? Yeah, day 5. Took the dogs for a walk, got the water, topped it all out on. It's absolutely freezing out there. And the reason for that is, last few days there's been some sunshine. Not strong, but some sunshine. Today it's like hazy cloud. Any sun that's coming through is so weak, it's unbelievable. It's much colder than the last few days out there, and that makes sense because last night I was lovely and warm, gorgeous, feeling cozy. Got out a couple of times, no problem. Then about 4 or 5, I just felt chill again, and I've got all this gear on. So I reckon it was about -6 last night, easy. And looking at the river and looking how it cold. Normally it's -1 in here. Now it's 3 degrees above. Normally it's -1 in the night. But this morning when I got up, you shivered, Rogue? This morning it was -2, so yeah, cold. So I don't think we'll get above freezing temperatures today outside. So got to feed dogs, do chores, then we'll do a little bit of searching on the tree line up there, see how we go. Stella will stay in the tent. I made her stay in the tent a minute ago. I put a yellow jacket on because I was scared she was going to follow us, and I didn't want to get in a night jacket wet. I don't mind going for little strolls and stretching their legs, but I don't want to go through the rivers or anything like that. You don't need to do it. You've got nothing to prove. You've proven it all 10 times over. So I restoked the fire. You've got to in this weather. Without that stove, you could survive. Of course you could. You know what I mean? But you'd have to be on the go all day. You couldn't sit around unless you had an open fire. Or you could lie in your hammock all day, but again, you'd still feel the cold because you're doing nothing, you're just staying still. I'm trying to get the wet firewood burnt as much as the dry, but I keep missing it. Don't need any more of that little stuff. I think I've got enough of that little stuff now. I've only got another today and tomorrow. Probably fire Tuesday morning just to warm us up before we pack up. It's been a beautiful break. Been lovely. I mean, been testing with the conditions, as I say. Very, very cold. As I say, last night's wind was a bit of a surprise. We weren't expecting no winds. Nothing strong, but just surprised to have them. So, hammock, I'll show you a good view of that hammock when I'm packing up so that I've got room to walk around and view it. As I say, lovely hammock, but I think the workmanship is a bit below standard, I would say. I don't want to pick on anyone, but when you're paying high prices for gear, you expect high quality. And you'll see what I mean when I show you. And I've done nothing to it. Like, I'm in these soft trousers. I've got a zip there, but that's on the front. Where is it? There it is. That's on the front. That's not on the back side. There's no zips on the back side. So, yeah. That's about it. So, signing off until I get changed and face the freezing temps. Oh, great. Looking forward to that. Finish my coffee eventually. That's Rogue eating. She'll eat and look out the door. Is there any bad guys out there? She's going. I'm sure there's something bad. Look, look. She'll be upset if there's nothing out there. Look. Rebel would just go through the bowl like it didn't exist. Stella, she lies down and eats hers. Look, you can see the slub she's made. It all dries with the heat, thankfully, from the fire. Thank God it does. That's another good reason to have a fire. Look. Rogue, your dinner. Dinner. There's no bad guys out there. Not yet, anyway. At night, I should do one of them. Rogue, are you going to eat your dinner? Where is she going? Oh, she's determined to be. There must be something bad out there. Rogue, please. Daddy's begging you to eat your dinner. Look, she's looking left, look right. Yeah, as I was saying, I should do one of them videos like they all do on YouTube now, because someone, well, she's heard or smelled something, she's starting to shake. Rogue. Now you see why it takes me so long to get ready. Get off you. Says, Rogue, I'm taking it. Yeah, I should do one of them videos. Meanwhile, look at this. Is he a pig or what? Slobbing at the mouth like he's never been fed. Yeah, get back to it. I should do one of them videos. I didn't feel safe at camp. There was something outside at night. Everyone's done one of them videos. Someone put one up probably a year ago, and since then every YouTuber has put something out like that. Just to get likes or get watches. Stupid. I could say it's a Scottish Bigfoot, couldn't I? And my dogs were trembling in fear. Does she look like she'd be trembling in fear? And that's not counting this bubbly monster. Rogue, I'm taking your food. I'm taking it. I'm going to give it a Rebel. He's got it. Rebel slow. Look, obviously he's very alert when he eats his dinner. Look. Slow. You've got to stop him, otherwise he'll just wolf the lot down and 10 seconds later it'll all come back up. That's it. Sit. Lie down. Lie down. Back off. Lie down. Lie down. That's good. It saved me a food. Lie down. Back. Go. Lie down. He's trying to get through the bowl before he can get going. You're thinking not being fed, wouldn't you? That's it. Gone. Go. Lie down. Lie down. Obviously he wasn't that hungry. Right, I've got to sort some bits out now. The fun and joys of being in camp with the dogs. Right, we're setting off to search some of that woodland. And guess what? Maybe Dickie here wants to join us. She's so excited, listen to her. She's got more guts than a lot of humans I know. You two, go. We know they're full of life. I can't believe she's doing what she's doing. I made her stay in when I got water, and you should see the look on her face. Go. They're full of life. Yeah, she looked so gutted that I wouldn't take her to go when we went to go and get water. She kind of give you them soppy eyes like, after all the years I put in with you. So it's only up here, and we'll start searching and take it nice and steady. So it's just rough terrain, so I'm gonna have to make sure she doesn't do anything stupid. But the good thing is they all rest when they get back, and again she can have a rest day tomorrow. Oh, she's doing what she has to do. That's another thing, she needs to move to kind of do her functions. I just leave her cabbaged inside the tent. Ain't gonna do her any good, is it? In that sense. Right, let's get her across the water. That's the main concern, is getting her across the water so she don't get soaked. You with us, Taylor and Charlie? And no, you know, seriousness concerned, or taken into consideration, should I say. If she wants to die doing something she's enjoying, go on, you quick. If you sink otherwise, you just stop. If she wants to have her last days doing something she's enjoyed, rather than dying in a vet's or dying in a dog bed at home, then I understand. It's a way of doing things. And I don't blame her. So, I know what I'm doing. A lot of people say she shouldn't even be out here, but look at her. Did you see her the other day up on the hill? Yeah, she's panting and excited and finds that hard work. Of course she does. She's equivalent to something like 1993, something like that in human years. So, and no, I wouldn't take a 93 out of the mountains. But a dog's a bit different. It's primal, isn't it, with them? I've got to find a way to get across this river safely without them getting soaked. Oh dear. I'll put you away whilst I'm looking for a good crossing. Down there is too wide. So I want to find somewhere down here. Tried to get my dogs across the river, and I went first to check. And this is the strip that you normally will cross. Stay there! Stay there! Sorry, I'm talking to my dogs. But the ice. Look. I can't. break it with my feet. I figured. That's the thickness of the ice. 2 inches, or 1.5 inches at least. Unbelievable. Thomas the Pant Engine did a belly flop crossing the river. It's just sheer ice. I picked a real narrow spot for it to get across. Can't break the ice myself, so I thought she'd take the easy route, which is through, what, about 2-inch water. But no, she decided to walk on ice. Did a belly flop. Went to get her, when she got up. Didn't need my help. I'm just taking it steady now, making sure she's recovered from that. To be honest, there's no one out. We're the only crazy ones out. I'm crazy, but you're even crazier still. Because you're like 93. So I need to be assessed mentally, but you need to be locked away in some asylum. But anyway, we're going to check these tree areas, do them one as we get each one, and we'll leave the higher strip because we'll see how it is, but I'm guessing it's going to be really rough to get up that high bit, and we'll do that highest bit another time. But we're just checking inside. I know they've all been checked before. I've checked around near where Neil would have been pitched, and he might have gone over the fence. Get off the bottom, you. Dogs are disgusting. But what we're looking for is any personal effects left in their jacket, boots, hat, whatever. I doubt much remains will be left because it's quite low here, and the different climates will decay. Because you know when they put out a dead stag or deer for the birds of prey, they actually feed them here, which is really weird. But I guess they do that to stop the birds of prey attacking any. Well, they ain't even got any sheep here, so why would they put? Yeah, that's a good point. Weird. And they got cows. I don't think a bird of prey would take a calf. That'd be very, very small. Whoops. So we're going to cross over where that broken fence is and walk into there. Should be quite hard, the ground, so that'll be good. Just watching out for holes. There'll be a lot of ice. I haven't seen a soul for 5 days. Oh, I did see them 3 people, didn't I? They must have been locusts from the farm. Yeah, must have been good -6 last night. That river's even worse. And as I say, look at the sun, it's so weak. It's one of them days that if you stop or hang around, you'll start feeling cold. So yeah, if I start clearing these, I'm not doing a hell of a lot today because I've got Stella in tow and she just won't give up. You're a crazy dog. But I can tick them off, you know. Doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as we do them. You want some lobster? There you go. You've had your ration for the day. Right, let's cross over there. Number 1. I'm probably about 80. Just checking. Don't forget, this would be really dense, the vegetation. So if it was pouring down the rain, someone would start completely lost or absolutely kind of feeling lowest of low, they would take shelter. That's theory number 1. A million theories. So you never know, we might strike lucky and hit one of these in the early searching bits and come across something. You just never know. It's all down to luck, innit, with this now. Ground's so hard, but at least it's walkable. And this is why I want to do it at this time of year, because the vegetation's so thin. this would all be really thick, nearly thigh high, and the dogs would find it hard, let alone me. But look, back there, it's like a sea of ice coming through. You know where the river really floods? Something up here, is it a rock or something? I'll put you away from it. There's also holes around it. Still searching, dogs are running around doing what they do. Rebel's got his nose to the ground, that's what I want to see. We had 2 people crossing the bridge, but I don't know where they're gone. I wonder if they're wild camping near the plantation. That they've got at the back end where we are. Couldn't see if they had backpacks on. I ain't seen them come out. They'll have a job crossing that river. See what I mean about the conditions? During the summer this would all be marsh. You wouldn't be able to walk here at all. But look, we can walk on it as long as we're not walking on sheer ice and slipping all over the place and breaking legs or arms. So what I'm doing, there's a track that leads up to that Corbett. So I'm searching up to the track and I'm going to come across the tops and backs there and clear this section out. So I know this section's been cleared. And last time we walked along the fence line, this time I'm trying to walk through the middle. And when we come back, we'll come back down there. So hopefully we'll cover nearly as much as we can, and the dogs are out, so if anything's around, Rebel will pick it up. And Rogue's starting to learn, she's starting to get nosy, and that's what I want. A bit softer. I'm trying to stay out of any sheer icy bits because there's a very high chance of sliding. So I want to clear that bit up there and then move up to that bit, up to this, and see what's on the top there, up to the line. Just when you think you're not going to be walking in bog, you're walking in bog. Freezing bog. But I've got to another. I've done that around that boulder before, I know that. We saw the 2 hikers, so I've got cameras, taking photos of the first 2 people out braving the elements. They were wrapped up with balaclavas, gloves, you name it. To be honest, look, you don't need gloves. You don't get warm when you're working. Right. Trying to reach that trail. So I know I've done the lower end. I've got to check around here. Started panting like a gunner. About resting a minute. It's tough going. I know I've covered all down there because I went along the fence line one winter. And I came up to this boulder just in case there was something around it. So I'm going to have to check them out and see how far we're away from the track that leads up to that Corbett. Shows how good the maps are. It says we crossed the track. So I did see a step ladder or something, but there's definitely no track, not even here now, you know, when everything's died down. So there was supposed to be a track, but that's long since gone. I know there is one eventually somewhere, but that's another track. We're doing up to this trees here, and then we'll go around, back around. We'll leave the top ones, as I said, for another day. So we're now moving up. See how dense it is even now when everything's died down. And all these lower branches would be thickened out. They've only died down because of the winter. It'll break off and fall. A good place for someone to take shelter. And you can see deer tracks or some kind of track going through there. So we'll go up and then across. And we've been in the middle. Previously I've been along that fence line down the lower end. And I know it's only a small chunk we're chucking off today. But it's still a chunk taken off. And there ain't that much to do if we do it in chunks. And I'm just letting the dogs roam and sniff around. See if they pick anything up. If there's anything of interest, Rebel, let me know. So we've got to go up this rise, going through this, and then see what we find on the top. If that's something, I'll know when he's found something interesting. You'll be really stuck into it. Excuse me, a bit of wind then. Rogue's slowly learning, she's picking up him. She's calmed down a hell of a lot. See how he's tracking? Probably deer. He knows something's been up there. Now that's how Rogue doesn't really interested. Stella obviously her age, but look at him. He's actually following the line it took. You follow it all the way home. Hey you, that's enough. We're not deer tracking. Keep going. You can see something's been up and down here. The way the grass has been trodden. There's a slight line, visible line. Ooh. Something was running in the trees then. I don't know what it was, but it was running. Rebel's just picked it. That's what he's following, look. I just saw something run, probably a deer guy, because that side's open to the left. Rebel! No. Right, we're going too far that way. We'll do them another day. We've got to go across the tops here. If it's decent to walk on. I'm not doing the high strip. That's the last strip we do. Top strip. I've done the bottom. I want to do the middle and leave the top. There's one great big sweep all the way down. If that makes sense, for another day. Won't be this time. At least I know it's been covered, probably another winter. Don't worry, boots, clothing and all that takes decades to decay. As I said, if you've ever been Peak District and seen plane crash sites, you'll still see remains of clothing and goggles and hats and everything. So don't worry, it doesn't degrade in a matter of a year or 2 years. Right, this trees. So I've got to kind of pick a route. If I go up, I won't be able to get the trees down there. There again, I can swing down. Right. What a view, eh? Leave that, Rebel. Rebel. Leave it. Some sheep poo he's after. Sheep poo, deer poo. Go, go. He's a terrible pig for sniffing things that smell lovely. Go, go. Oh, there is a track up here, look. I wonder who's done that. It's not humans. Probably an old one. Some rocks up there. Got a helicopter flying over it. Not over us, but somewhere around. It's echoing in mountains. It's been out the last 2 days. Can't be people falling every time, surely. There again, it's eye centre. Accidents happen when they get too carried away. So this strip here, I'll leave. even though it's right near us, and do. Otherwise I'll get confused which bits are done and which bits are not. So now I'm going to go up to them boulders and then I'm going to cut down into these trees and work away along the middle. If any of that makes sense. She's still going. One day she'll go, I'm not coming out with you lot. But I doubt it very much so. Rebel's off sniffing. She's probably after that deer more than anything else. I'll know if he's picked something up. He's found skeletons and all that before, but sadly they've been deer ones. That's the slug going through there. I've left the dogs down there. Stay there! Because it's divots and holes and everything. It would really be hard, and then instead I want to come out. So I'm going to scout around, but if I got stuck in an area, say he was looking for firewood, got completely confused of ever change, and he was taking shelter, I'd hunker down under a rock. You will get soaked, you'll still feel the weather, but it's just human nature to hunker down somewhere enclosed. If you had gear with you could set up a sheltered tarp or something like that and survive a night. It'd be an awful night, but you would survive. If you kept coming out doing exercises, kept yourself warm, got back under a tarp or whatever, if you had a sleeping bag and a tarp, keep getting up every hour, doing exercises, keep your body going, The last thing you want to do is get in a sleeping bag, hunker down there and start freezing, because your body will just shut down. The aim of the game is get out, exercise, keep yourself running up and down on the spot, whatever. Keep that circulation going and you'll get through a night. It'd be a hell of a night, but you'll do it. Right, I'm going to check around the back here. See what I mean? You got shelter in there. Yeah, water will be running in you. But you have got shelter, but it's better on the other side. I've got to watch out here. Holes, drop-offs, all around us. But they don't want to stay there. Stella is, thank God. Things I do. Watch my step. Good place to hide, isn't it? Out the elements. Yeah, you have water running down here, but it's better than being out. Checked all around. I'm the king of the castle. You're the dirty rascal. That's that boulder I checked back there. Don't look big, it's massive. About the size of a little bungalow. Right, we've got to do the woods there because we've missed them. So we're doing this other middle bit, and it's quite a steep gradient on this one. Don't know if it shows it. It's more like, oh, can't really tell. Don't know if you can see. Not bad normally, but when it's icy and frosty and, you know, really slippery. But so open, you see, now because the vegetation's died down. You see anything that's standing out, and of course the frost won't cover anything in here because it's got protection, so it still stand out. But no, we're not seeing anything yet. As I say, it's lucky dip. Could be here, could be there, could be 10 miles away. You just never know, do you? It's a good experience for us. Good training for the dogs. And good exercise for Stella. I honestly do believe, even though she's absolutely worn out by the end of the night, I believe she actually enjoys it and is keeping her going. I don't think many other 16-year-olds would do this. Dogs I'm on about. Probably not many 16-year-old people. Right, we've got to push on. It's getting on. So down there, see that strip there, trees, is the ones we came up. Now we're doing these in the middle. If I can walk through there. It's getting really dense there. And of course, as I said, we haven't done that on anything over the top ridge there. That's another day. But at least I'll know what's covered. And in between, you see you got that icy dead ground. And we walked up and did all the trees and then walked up it. Somehow got over across that, I don't know how, because it's like a lake of ice. So we're heading back towards our base camp, going through this stuff, and it is 1:30. By the time we get finished, it'll probably be about 2:15. That's a good time. That's not bad. 2.5 hours, something like that. Yeah, because I fed dogs at 11, set off about 12. Yep. Be 2.5 hours. That's not bad. Can't do much at this time of year. As long as we cover it and do it right. You know what I mean? And don't bypass stuff. Then we'll be fine. Then I can say, yeah, I've done that. I've walked up and down that. And I know I've done the lower half of that several times. But it's nice finding that boulder. That's the kind of things you want to find. Tucked out of the way, maybe might have been missed by a mountain rescue. Doubt it, but it might have been. It's just luck of draw. No one, everyone's can make mistakes and miss things. Rebel. What I'm trying to find out is what she's doing is she wants to lie down, but there's so many prickly prickly bushes, so she can't. She's trying to dance it. Look. You crazy dog. I tell you, I've got the craziest dogs going. You're the doofus. Oops, I thought my bow was going to fall there. Right, we've got to go through this. Gonna be fun. That looks dense. Started walking through there, saw another boulder, no gaps. So we remember that marker point, how high we got. So when we do the top layer, we've got a marker to the ridge line and just carry along that top ridge line because we've done everything. I'll come down through them trees there, come down to this. She's drinking dirty water. There again, it's probably filtered quite well in here. Dogs are doing what they do, but not finding nothing. Useless dog. Have to sell him. Keep you, Stella, and sell him. There you go, we've run out of trees. So that's that segment done. So we'll cut down here and then we'll cut down there to the fence. I've swept all that down there many times when I've been wasting time, you know, when I've come on camps and just wanted something to do. Apart from them photographers, I don't know where they've gone. I don't know if they're still up there. I haven't seen anyone. And they didn't choose the river crossing. They came over the bridge. Don't blame them. Right. Put your weight down to the track. Sun's getting very low. It's going to start getting cold soon. And on the way back, after a successful conduct of a search there. So we've covered a big triangle off. I heard voices. Huh? I swear I heard voices. Go mad. Someone's raiding our camp. Look at them two. Where are they going? Maybe it was a deer or something and it sounds like a person. How you going, Stella? Your rickety leg's going alright? We've got to get across the water. That's the hard bit. Just got back. Time is 14:55. I took their jackets off, so it's about 14:35, 14:30. Yeah, 2.5 hours. Whew. Hard work, but fun. Just got a fast start, so that should warm up soon. Dogs are dried off, as I said, and they're settled down. Started off knackered again. I want some cloud now. Last night that helped us. It rose the temperatures and made it much more pleasant. But at the moment, there's clouds all over that side. Never know, might come over. And clear in the early hours. But as I say, didn't have to drop last night. Even with all my gear and in a -6, under quilt and top quilt, I just started to feel the chill about in the early hours, 4, 5, maybe a bit later, somewhere around there. So it must be cold out. Worn out. It's hard enough, you know, you've got to trek through there, get back, make sure the dogs are dried off, make sure the jacket's off, make sure the dry jacket's on, get it all set up, get the fire going, and then I can have a brew and some lunch at 3 o'clock. And my dinner at 6. I think I've got sausages and beans, MRE sausage and beans with some mash. So, hey, sounds good to me. I hope it's better than sweet and sour anyway. All good fun. Yeah, I'll put a map up on this video of the section we did. Wasn't much, but it was a good triangle chunk at the beginning, and that started us off on that. I've also, don't forget, cut in from where Neil did pitch and searched around there. So I've done that in the past. Mountain Rescue are supposed to have searched it, so I can only take their word for guarantee. I would guess they have. It's a vast area to search. I don't know how you could search this area. You need teams of God knows how many. I don't know how many teams they had up here. To search an area this size, you need weeks, even with good teams, because it's vast. So it's just a lot to do, and do that valley and finish off the trees, and then push down Glen Kinglass and the lodges and the gully there. And that's about it. I think I've done everything then. Beyond that, it's beyond a joke, because beyond the lodges, you could be anywhere. That's going towards Glen Etive. There's nowhere else I can do up there. Loch Dochard is too big a loch, and it could be anywhere because it doesn't have flow off there, different areas. Beyond the valley, it's pushing it, it's miles. Up them 2 valleys to the north, too steep. I was struggling to get up some of them, and I was fit and strong. Some of them bad weather, older than me, and not used to being outdoors, couldn't get up them slopes. Not even if he was on his hands and knees. Right, I'm going in, gonna have lunch. Good evening at Campfire Frustrating. I tell a lie. I've gone mad. Indonesian style spicy rice with pork. I saw that one, I thought, yep, that'll do me. And then pudding is chocolate mousse with orange, granola and cherry. My eyes are terrible, aren't they? As you see, I've got a kitchen table now. A bit wobbly, but it's good. Took me hours to do this. Lighting. Look what I've been doing. splitting the wood to that size to get it to burn because it's so wet. This is the smaller stuff. This is the stuff I cut. It's half the size of the stove. It should have been longer. Mistake number one. I know better than that. But I cut a load of it in that size. You'll see the blocks at the back there. So what I've been doing is splitting them down so they'll burn, but they're so wet. The good stuff is more or less gone. So it's all wet. It's nothing to do with this. This is just drying off now. Yeah, I've got no big bits now. So tomorrow, I can't be doing this tomorrow night. So frustrating. So I'll try and get through most of this rubbishy stuff. It's very small. And I'll have to look for some good dry wood tomorrow. So that's my job tomorrow for the last night. I'm not going to have a last night. I mean, look at it. You think a piece of that size, you know, would burn so easy, wouldn't you? But you know what happens? You bring the wood in and it looks like that, which looks quite good, that one. That's quite dry. But what happens? The ice and moisture in it, it's been sitting here for months, getting wet, then freezing, getting wet, you know, when the temperature drop. So, like now, it was frozen. When I was cutting it, it was frozen. I had the axe on a piece, this piece, and I couldn't even cut it. And I was hitting with all my... Look, the axe was just bouncing off it. And my axe is razor sharp. It was like, boing, because it's frozen. The actual trunk is actually frozen. This is the one that's been lying off the ground, but still getting wet and freezing. You can feel how cold the wood is, just holding it. It's like an ice block. So what you're doing, I'm bringing it in and it's starting to thaw out, of course, when the heat kicks in. And that's why you see the wood sweating sometimes, the pieces of wood sweating. And I was like, where's that moisture coming from? And then I realised the actual wood is thawing out. See, look, it's starting to burn now. It's been in there about 20 minutes. But it's not throwing much heat because it's such a slow burn. If I do this, it'll start smoking. See? Ooh, don't want the smoke. If I close the vents, it'll just die off. So I have to have the vents fully open, which gives us a little bit of smoke. But, yeah, so I'm going to go hunting for some dry wood. I've got to find a piece standing that's dead that I can push over. There's white inside, or dry inside. Because this lot will take all night to burn this for. It's alright, it's keeping the chill off, but I don't know what the temperature is tonight. 6 degrees, whereas last night I had it 14. Big difference, isn't it? And it's a cold night tonight as well. And we've got lots of condensation as well, not due to it being closed out, it's just because it's so cold. It's only single skin, so the heat from like here is drying it out. But everywhere else, the heat inside the tent, look, it's terrible down that end. That's why I don't want Rebel rubbing against the walls like she is. It's the cold and the heat clashing through the fabric. Just like your windows do steam up. So yeah, that's what I've got for dinner. Don't worry, I'm not expecting in the next hour the way this water's going to be boiling. Oh dear. But I tried to dry her jacket off, the last one of hers. They're two dried easily. But hers is a thicker fabric with the fur, you see. So you can see the steam coming off it there. Earlier I was watching the steam coming off the wood. You could actually see when it was hot. You could actually see the steam coming off the pieces of wood. Terrible, isn't it? It's just trying to find a decent piece of wood. I've got plenty of wood to cut, but none of it's, all of it's frozen. Just like that river. Stella says I'm dead. Wake me up in heaven. Them two, or even them tired. So if them two are so tired as they are now, imagine what she must be like at her age. It's done well, isn't she? And I tried my hardest to keep her in here, but she would just give me them stupid looks, and I knew she wasn't going to stay in. Now it's starting to burn. Thank God for that. I stacked it right up with a load of wood. I thought, sod it. Let it dry out and then let it start burning, and we'll get some heat. When he's tighten up again, oh, it tightens up at night. It's not, I have arthritis in this one. I know what arthritis feels like. This one is, I can't even bend my knee now. Oh, it's gone right tight. It's going to take some healing in it, especially at my age. I'm antique now. So yeah, tomorrow, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I'm probably taking it easy again because I'm in that mood. Yeah. Probably, well, first thing is got to find firewood. Look, I've got stacks and stacks of firewood, but it just will not burn. You look at it and it looks dry. I mean, like this was white. Like since I brought it in, which was about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. Look how it's going. You can see the wetness coming out in the wood because it's falling out. The top end is. Probably might see it sweating as well. Yeah, it's a block of ice. The axe was actually bouncing off. I was like, am I doing something wrong here? I thought, even if it's wet, it'll split, but it'll be a pain. But no, it was bouncing because it's frozen. So I thought, I've got a good piece of, look at that, nice big length, look good, but no. As soon as I cut it and started trying to chop it, I realised, and then brought it in here, it's just like, never know, might dry out. I doubt it very much a piece that big. As you can see, my camp is very tidy. This is where I have to put my phone, when I stop video and I put it in here, inside my mitts, because the cold will kill the phone. It gets that cold at times. Now the fire's burning nice. Whew, it took ages to get it there. Yeah, I can see bubbles in my water. Yes. Right, I'm going to put my food in and just leave it. It says here something like, I can't see, where is it? Doesn't tell me. I'm looking, can anyone see it? Point it out if you can see it. Can you see a time on there? Can be eaten hot or cold, stir well before serving, but no time. Well, good job, I just leave it, chuck it in and leave it in there. Yeah, no time on that. How many calories? 100 grams contains 121, so you're talking about 360, ain't you? 363, something like that. Fats, oh good God, don't look at that bit. I've got to lose weight after being immobile for so long. But anyway, I thought that's better than sausage. And as I say, that's my favourite chocolate mousse. They don't give you much of it, but it's so nice. And then I'll get a coffee on, and that'll be me done. And it'll be time to feed the monsters as the conversation just streams up. As I say, leaving a gap or opening it didn't make no difference at all, trust me. Now at night, when that temperature drops, that'll all freeze and that'll be solid. I'll show you tomorrow. I'll open both doors and I'll show you the condensation's still in here. Just because the moisture's in the ground. Right, I'm going to put this in my bowl. A rare video of tonight. The fire actually burning. God, it's been a pain. Look at it. I've been stripping bits even smaller. Oh, I think they are drying out though, but now, believe it or not, some bits seem to be drying out. Fed the pigs that Indonesian style spicy rice with pork. Oh my God, that was beautiful. Absolutely lovely. A great big tub of mashed potato in it. Absolutely podged. And then, of course, that'd double it up with that chocolate mousse with, what was that? Something in there. Something nice. Cherries or something. Beautiful. Didn't fancy a coffee again tonight. I think it's because I don't want to be getting up through the night. Legs still give me a bit of stick in the knee. Aching. Sores when I start. Just checked on the messenger. It says it's going -3 at 11 o'clock. Then it's going to cloud over for a bit, for a couple of hours. And then it's going to drop down to -1. If that makes sense. That's the messenger weather. So it's going to get cold. Then it's going to get milder. Then it's going to get cold again. As a bit of cloud clears. No strong winds. Tomorrow, same temperatures as today. It says 2 degrees, but I tell you what, I didn't feel like 2 degrees out there today. I'm sure that river showed it didn't feel like 2 degrees. I would say it was -1, sometimes in the shade -2. I say at night, as I say, -6. And if it's the same tomorrow, I'll be another cold one again tomorrow. So we definitely need, I mean, it's been a struggle tonight. I mean, this will burn with some nice wood, but by itself, it's just, you know, I've waited about 20 minutes for that to burn. And when it's burnt, I don't know how much is in there now. Oh, it's quite full now, good. Thank God for that. It might simmer away for a bit. Now, if I close that, it'll just die. Whereas not last night, I could close that really down and kind of monitor the burn. Can't do that tonight. And as I say, it's 7 degrees, whereas last night I was getting 14, double what I've got tonight. But we struggled through. They're all right. I stick my arm, my hand under her coat, and she's lovely and warm. So she's not cold. Them jackets are doing their job. As long as they keep their blankets on. Him, he's always tossing and turning. Talking about logs, see this one down here? This manky one. I would never have brought that in like that. So for some reason that's gone manky as it's been in here. So the temperatures make a total difference. The wood starts sweating and defrosting. This I'm trying to dry their bits first, but then I'll spread this all the way around and try and get it to dry before I settle down for the night. Hopefully then we've got a fire in the morning. In the past I used to get up at 3, start a fire, let it burn for a bit, but that's stupid really, because it takes about 20-30 minutes to get it going. Then it's going to burn for about an hour. So that means I'm up for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And that's stupid. I used to do that just to take the chill out, but now I know the dogs can be okay if they keep covered and look after themselves. As I said, they're on the foil mat. Brilliant. That helps, except for his head. Look at him. He's normally pushing himself into that corner over there. So, check the weather. Candle's about burn out, but it's done its job tonight. This little thing's been brilliant. This pulls out and has ornamental lights. It's been brilliant. It can flash different colours and everything. But it's done its job as a night light tonight. Tomorrow, main aim is, after having breakfast, doing chores, is find some decent deadwood standing. That's white. I've got to go around pushing trees over. If it ain't white, it ain't come back with us. I guess I'll be leaving a little pile of that over there against the tree like last time, and a couple of logs out there I'll carry over to the fire pit near the river, because it could be a godsend in winter for someone, and also prevents them, you know, I'm not saying people are bad, but there's always 1 or 2 people who want to cut live trees, aren't they? So if there's a couple of logs over there, there's no excuse for them to cut any trees. There again, there's plenty of dead wood everywhere. So why they want to do that, I don't know. that's about it. I'm looking forward to my bed. I'm tired tonight for some reason. I think it's struggling with that fire. Mentally stressful. But yeah, I got through the night. So that's it for us. We had a big owl hooting earlier. Make a right racket. I was trying to doze off, lying on my 1/4 inch thick foam mat. But it's done its job. Yeah, I'm podged, full up, tired. I'd say semi-warm. I wouldn't say lovely and glowing like last night. Last night I was in and out of this tent so many times because I was getting too hot. Tonight I think I've been out twice. I'll go through kit tomorrow as well and see what's going where and all that. Should be much lighter. If I was carrying 75 in, forget about the 2 handfuls. If I'm good, I should be carrying about 60 pounds out, and that's everything, no handfuls or anything, and that would be brilliant. I can carry 60 pounds. As I say, because all the stuff that was, one was dog food, that was 15 pounds. I know that for a fact because I weighed it. And as I say, the other was the stove, pipes, jackery, that's it, and what was it, axe, things like that, all stupid things, and there was some bits of food or something in there. There was a couple of other things as well, but yeah, that can go on the main pack and the side straps and all that, so that would be brilliant. So, and because Reg was carrying food in, that means she'll be able to carry like their dog jackets, the yellow ones, and the towel and things like that, which will give me space in my big pack to carry the other bits. So yeah, I should be able to get it all on my back on Tuesday, if everything goes right. I aim not to bring anything back that I meant to eat, you know what I mean? Because it's stupid to carry it in and then carry it back out when you brought it in for a reason, isn't it? Their dog food would be more or less gone, so that'd be good. If there's any left, I'll give double rations, so they're well stodged up for the car trip. And that's about it. I shall see you in the morning, unless we have tidal wave or a hurricane or anything else like that. I could do one of them videos as that. We were scared to go out. We thought there was something outside. We just did not feel right at this camp. Do one of them for YouTube, but I ain't got the time or effort. See you in the morning.